Hey, good morning, all you MOT students. It is week 9. I know this semester has flown by. So it's week 9, and it's all about synthesizing that information and getting that lit review done. I know that last week in week 8, you compiled all your forms and hopefully you got together and got to start to work on this lit review and definitely agreed upon what articles were going to go into it. There was a video on how to write a lit review and a PowerPoint. I'll carry forward that PowerPoint into this week, maybe even that video, just so that you have it in two places. Yeah, two places, because this is an assignment that definitely crosses a few weeks. Hopefully you didn't leave it to the last minute and you're scrambling to do it this week. So hopefully you got a good head start on that. So this week is all about navigating that IRB process. What you have on deck for this week is some of you may still have journal club going on. Some of you are all done with that. So during your live, you may have that and a reflection, but for some classes, that may be all done. Under feedback, it's really about submitting that final lit review and synthesis of findings. So let's take a look at that assignment. And basically, the lit review is about expanding on your annotated bibliography. And you're going to create a comprehensive literature review. I'm hoping you'll use at least 10 to 12 of your highly quality peer-reviewed articles. So again, peer-reviewed. Don't use anything that you saw in OT practice or any of the journal, anything that's not in a journal. So student work, presentations doesn't cut it for a lit review for a research proposal. So it's got to be things that you found in a peer-reviewed article, please. In each, you're going to provide a summary of the purpose, methods, and key findings, but strengths, limitations, but you're going to synthesize that, not simply report one after the other. You're going to compare and contrast. So whereas Johnson & Johnson used a mixed method approach, Fedoruk and Brubrick stuck to a randomized controlled trial. Whereas Banta completed a qualitative study, Hill conducted a quantitative descriptive survey. So you see how you are comparing and contrasting the methods or the research methodology for one or two studies all in the same paragraph or time. So you don't want to simply just say Hill, blah, 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 Fedoruk, blah, 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 blah. That is an annotated bibliography that doesn't read well in a lit review. So we want you to synthesize it. You're going to put all that together. You're going to identify, major themes so you can use those bold headings to organize your lit review. Hopefully you've already written the introduction. You were supposed to do that with your draft. So you have an intro. You go into your literature review. You're going to talk about the findings. You'll have a conclusion that will then tie into your actual current study. That's what the conclusion does. And then, of course, hopefully you have that reference page done. I think I mentioned it last week to do it last week. I know it seems silly, but if you do it ahead of time, and then you can just go make sure you take off any references that you didn't use. All right, so that's what you got for week 9. All right, we all look forward to reading those lit reviews. And then in week 10, you're going to put that together into your package and put the cover page on and finish it all off. It's almost done. All right, have a great week.